Yes, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. Tyrone have ran out 3-point winners against Cork in the second game in the Super 8 Championship at Croke Park. Huge victory for Tyrone in the end. A crazy game all around, a very interesting game, and certainly a game that was a lot closer than I thought going into it. Huge credit has to go to Cork, of course. They led throughout this entire game. We will speak a good bit about Cork throughout this video because Cork have really turned things around since the National League campaign where they got relegated to Division 3, and they've shown just a tremendous amount of heart, desire throughout this campaign, and I really feel like the management deserves a huge amount of credit, in particular Ronan McCarthy, the manager, because the way Cork have changed things and even the slight adjustments and tactics in this game against Tyrone, it really needs to be applauded. It really, really does. But of course, guys, first of all, if you are new around here, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. For those, of course, that are already subscribed, please share this out, get this out to as many people as possible. And yeah, guys, we will jump straight into the match reaction of this game. And of course, straight away from the throw-in, Cork just instantly, I think on 12 seconds, the ball was in the back of the net from Luke Connolly, and Cork very much exploited Tyrone from the throw-in. Tyrone, they like to get a lot of their midfielders and players, very much close to the throw-in line when the ball is thrown in, and they were very much exploited from that because the ball was played into Luke Connolly, who turned his man and ended up rifling it past the goalkeeper of Niall Morgan. And from there, Cork were very much in control. They controlled possession, they dictated the play, and they done what to Tyrone what Tyrone very much hate, because Tyrone do that to other teams, and we've seen already this year when Donegal adopted a very similar style to what Cork did today, and that beat Tyrone, and Tyrone struggle a bit with that kind of style, and certainly in the first half Tyrone looked very lackluster, very just not up for the game. They didn't have any desire, they were missing easy chances, they weren't even creating that many chances, and actually their passing as well was very poor. I think Niall Morgan in general had quite a poor game in goal for Tyrone. He did miss a few free kicks as well, and his kickouts, particularly in the first half, very more often than not reached Cork players, and even at times in the second half his long kickouts weren't quite that good. And Cork were just very much able to, exploit Tyrone in that first half. They went ahead and got themselves a second goal. James Lockery went ahead and got that. Just some of the play and build-up from Cork at times was absolutely fantastic. The passing, the movement, they've got a really good team, this Cork side, and they are definitely a team for the future, in my opinion. You look at the way they just, went at Tyrone at times, but also had the composure to draw Tyrone out. And if they had a bit more composure in this game, they might have very well have won this game. The chance was certainly there for Cork, in my opinion. Rory Dino was really impressed with his first half display as well, the way he controlled the ball in the middle of the park, and the way Cork just in general, their quick, intricate passing. They very much rely on the hand pass. They don't really rely too much on the foot pass, which I was really impressed with. But of course, Cork did lead at half-time by 5 points. It could have easily been more, but Tyrone, you felt like with 5 points that if Tyrone can get a bit of momentum, get an early goal in the second half, they could easily go ahead and turn this around. And that's exactly what they did. They got themselves a goal from Cathal McShane. Wonderful play, played into McShane, who fisted the ball into the back of the net. And Tyrone from there, they capitalised on the momentum. Cork were a bit rattled. This was the first time in the game they'd been put under a serious amount of pressure. And then of course Tyrone had the penalty, very well taken penalty as well by Peter Hart, and just once Tyrone got in front, you felt like this was going to be very difficult for Cork. They did manage to pull the game back level, to be fair to them, and in the second half Michael Hurley was very good. He hit 4 points in the second half. Some of the points were very good as well. He was very much the standout player for Cork in the second half. They only hit 5 points in the second half, and 4 of them were from Michael Hurley, so that just goes to show you how good of a display he had in the second half. There were a couple of times though going into the closing stages where Cork missed easy opportunities, in my opinion. Luke Connolly missed an easy free, in my opinion, that he should have taken home. there was the potential for a few goal chances here and there. There was one chance I think I remember fell to Mark Collins, where he was 1v1 with the goalkeeper after Tyrone made a mistake from their kick out. That was a big opportunity as well for Cork to maybe turn it around. And even in the closing stages as well, there was just opportunities there for Cork to maybe get a goal chance to go ahead and win this game. But ultimately, Tyrone, they had a few more goal chances as well. Colin McShane could have easily got another goal in the closing stages. But all in all, Tyrone were the deserved of the victory. I think they were on the balance of their second half turnaround and how good they were in the second half. But a lot of work for Tyrone needs to be done, in my opinion. I don't see them beating Dublin. They might beat Dublin next weekend, in the off chance, because both teams, are very much likely. The Dublin game hasn't finished as of yet, as of time of this recording. But it is very likely that, that game there's nothing really to play for in that game other than finishing top spot. And I don't think Dublin would mind too much, even if they finish second. So we will see what happens. Tyrone, though, massive work for me needs to be done if they are to go ahead and win this All-Ireland. They could very much, reach an All-Ireland final again. But in terms of actually beating the Dubs, I just don't see it at this moment in time. I could see Dublin adopting a very similar style to actually what Cork done in this game, but being far more clinical in terms of their points taken, in terms of going forward, and in terms of goal chances. So Tyrone have a lot of work to do. Cork, they will certainly look to the future. I think next year will be very interesting to see what happens with Cork. I just hope this isn't like a flash in the pan from this Cork team. I hope they really learn and build and grow even more going forward for next year. A huge amount of positives to take. In the game against Kerry, they very nearly won that game in the Munster final. They put up a huge display against the Dubs. The 13-point victory was an unfair reflection of that game. And even in this game, to go toe-to-toe with a team that was in the All-Ireland final last year. Cork have just played three of the real elite teams, in my opinion, probably the three best teams in the country in a row, in Kerry, Dublin and Tyrone. And they've gone ahead and given a real display. So huge amount of credit goes to Cork, and they certainly are a team for the future. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Tyrone are very much in the All-Ireland semi-finals as it stands. And yeah, guys, I will talk to you all next time.